Hey, Arman here. Welcome to the NSP Nutrition Show, where we cover training, nutrition, supplementation strategies, and a whole lot more. So stand by. Hey, and welcome to the NSP Nutrition Show. I'm Arman Eckelbarger.
Hey, I'm Frank Mills. Thank you for joining us again this week for the NSP Nutrition Show. We've got a lot of great content for you. We're going to be talking about Captain America, Chris Evans, his workout routine. We're going to be talking about that. You've all seen the Marvel movies, hopefully. He looks pretty good in those movies, so we'll be talking about that. And we'll also be talking about the diet he has to build muscles like a superhero. So, we'll be talking about that stuff. We also have our NSP fan questions. We always look forward to that. But also, we have a special, intriguing, secret announcement from Arman Eckelbarger at the end of the show. So stand by for that as well. So I'm dying to find out what that is. So here we go. Arman, Chris Evans, Captain America, his workout routine, diet to build muscles like a superhero. This is, to me, an interesting topic. I am a Captain America fan. I like the Avengers movies.
Okay, good.
Where did this come from, Arman? Is this something that you read or something?
Yeah, I saw an article on the internet about it, and so after I read the article, I just wanted to comment about the celebrities and the trainers they're using, and in my opinion, they're doing it wrong. There's so much better ways to do it, and I've got to make a stand on this in my opinion, to help people understand this is not how you need to train to look like a celebrity. So I'm going to be kind of directing things about what I would do differently based on what the celebrity trainer's doing. Nothing against this person. It's just that I would not do it this way. And so everybody has a different format and strategy. And obviously it worked for what this person was looking to do, but I could do better in my opinion. So that's what I want to do, is kind of break this down, and to also let people understand that, what these celebrities are doing with these training regimens, they're wasting a lot of time and energy and effort that they don't need to get the same results or better. And that's what I'm going to talk about. Now, obviously, some people may, well, you're throwing this guy under the bus or this and that. I'm just going to tell you how I would do it. And whether you agree or not, that's up to you. But I work with a lot of clients, and I'm not training any celebrity, if I ever had an opportunity, to train them this way at all. So that's my big statement on that.
Well, this is pretty cool because I didn't know that's the direction you were going, because you and I did quite a few shows on other celebrities on Frank Mills Reality Fitness talking about the train wrecks of workout routines, right, for these Hollywood performers. So, all right, well, look, let's go back and let's start and focus on Chris Evans here. So what do you got on Chris Evans?
Well, his background for this particular conversation is, he plays Captain America on the Avengers. So the stats are he's 42 years old, 6 foot and 180 pounds. So that's kind of where what this article said anyway. So that's what I'm working off of. So to keep it simple.
Not a really big guy. I mean, 6 foot's pretty average, right? It's not.
Well, I weigh 180, 5'7", so obviously, I'm bigger in that regard. But at the same time, I don't know where he started from, and I mean, there's some interesting things in this article that people are going to learn about regarding how movies are made too. So we're going to kind of talk about that too.
Okay, so a lot of these Hollywood folks, they go out and hire somebody, or the studio does, right? But do you know if he trained himself or did he use a trainer?
Yeah, so most of them use a trainer because they really don't know where to start with. I mean, there's a lot to know, and so it makes sense to have an expert to help you get there quicker, that kind of thing. And so this particular celebrity trainer, his name is Simon Waterston, and he's from England. He's a British commando that went into the training business, and currently he's about 48 years old. So that's who trained him. And apparently the media says he's the highest demand celebrity trainer out there. So that was interesting as well. But
Wow.
there you go.
All right. So now that we know about that much, where would you like to start?
Well, I was going to look at the current fundamentals of the training part of it. Chris
Mm-hmm.
Evans' workout routine, based on what the article said. So this is all based on what the article said. So there's some things there I don't know about. So I just want to let people know that too. I'm just basing my opinions and what I would do based on what this says here. But his primary focus was to work on what they call the vanity muscles of the abs, the chest, and arms. And with that, some occasional emphasis on training the legs with some high intensity exercises. So, okay. And then, he would train rigorously for 5 days a week for 2 hours per day. So I just found that also interesting as well.
Okay. All right. So let's find out a little bit more here. Do you have some information on the routines or the workouts that he did?
Yeah, so this, I'm going to go through, things that were posted in the article. So I'm going to go through what was a sample of what he would have, this celebrity trainer would have the, Chris Evans do, and I'm
Right.
going to kind of explain what I would do differently to kind of highlight some of the differences. So, all
Okay.
right. So as we think back, the focus was going to be chest, abs, and arms. So that was going to be the priority, I guess, to build those up. So, and I don't know what, this guy's physique looked like when they started. So, obviously when you're training somebody, you're going to focus on bringing up any weak body parts so they balance out and get the, nice looking physique that's, well structured. That's how I would approach it. So I just found it interesting that when they started off with the article, on Monday, the focus was training back, not training the chest or the arms, which is supposed to be a priority. So I just found that interesting. So, I would say if you're going to train back on Monday, then that's kind of a priority muscle group that you're actually training. And so what he was having him do, he did weighted pull-ups, 4 sets of 4 to 6 repetitions. So in my opinion, if you're only going to get 4 to 6 repetitions, that's not enough to really stimulate the back muscles. You need to have more reps than that. So could you get a little bit of strength from it? Yes, but there's not enough time under tension here, in my opinion, to
Mm-hmm.
really get the lats popping. 4 sets, probably, I don't know if he's doing the same hand grip or not. So I don't have a problem with 4 sets, but I would probably do 2 different hand grips if I was going to do 4 sets. They didn't really state on that. And
Okay.
then they go into one arm dumbbell rows. I do 2 sets of that for 4 to 6 repetitions. And my personal perception of one arm rows is they're basically worthless. They're not that great of an exercise. So I don't know why that was incorporated in this regimen if you're trying to bring up the back, but apparently this trainer likes that exercise. Then you went to seated cable rows. I think that's a good choice. And they did 3 sets of 6 to 8 repetitions. So we have very low repetitions going on here
Hmm.
for a very large muscle group, which I just don't understand. So,
Hmm.
and then he would finish up with lat pull downs. Well, you've already done pull ups in the beginning. So I'm not sure why you're doing the lat pull downs at the end, but now he's going to do 3 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions. So maybe he's doing a different hand grip. That's why you want to do the lat pull downs.
Right.
That could be the case. But again, I wouldn't do that. If you're going to do row movements, and depending on what equipment you have to work with, bent rows, dumbbell rows would be, a key movement there. And then, you should actually do some deadlifts on that if you're going to do that kind of a back training. Because, you know, he says he spends 2 hours with this workout. I'm just like, I don't know how you get 2 hours of work with this workout for what I'm seeing, if that's really the case. Now,
Right.
just
Right.
finish up with some cable crunches, which cable crunches to me are, again, not, not very effective, but he has them doing 3 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions. They didn't talk about the cadence or anything. So that was the back workout that takes 2 hours. So I'm not sure
Hmm.
why that takes 2 hours. I don't know if it's really long rest periods, which, I'm not a big fan of that. I don't think that makes a lot of sense if you're trying to, you know, put on muscle, because you really need to be breaking down muscle with this. And you're not, to me, with this, you're not taxing enough of the muscle to begin with, because the time under tension is very low. So I would take each exercise to muscular failure to really fatigue all the muscle fibers and keep it at 45 minutes at the most, just for one muscle group. I would do that. And that's going to save, again, an hour of time and probably, wasted energy and effort that's not even necessary. So then we go to Tuesday.
Okay.
So then
Tuesday. Okay.
We're going to go to chest. So he's just going to train chest by itself. So obviously that was a priority. So I get that. But he's going to spend 2 hours on this workout, which for the life of me, I don't understand how you'd spend 2 hours on it. But he's going to start out with incline bench press, a compound movement, 3 to 4 sets on this of 4 to 6 repetitions. So he's a low rep guy. Dumbbell bench press. With that, he's going to do 3 sets of 8 repetitions. Again, I'm not sure what the theory is on that. And then he's going to finish up with cable crossover for 2 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions. So, and the other thing I just don't understand at all, the last exercise is 3 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions of face pulls. I have no idea what the purpose of that is. Face pulls are going to work your rear delts, and it's not even that effective an exercise if you're trying to develop the chest. So what I want to say here is what I would do is, after warming up, I would do some pressing movements to warm up the chest. Then I would do the cable flies or dumbbell flies or pec deck first to pre-exhaust the chest. And then I would move into either incline emphasis or flat bench emphasis of dumbbell work, not so much the bench press, to get a better stretch. And my repetition is going to be 6 to 10 and go into failure. So not just stopping and then go to the next exercise and stop. And I'm going to have short rest periods. I didn't talk about the rest periods here, but I'm thinking if it's going to last 2 hours, it must be long rest periods. So, because I don't know how in the world you would do this workout for 2 hours. Now, maybe there's something I'm missing there. Maybe something was misstated, but no way. So if somebody's spending that kind of time, I'm not sure that I would do that.
Maybe he had to take a call from his agent or something like that, so they broke that up.
Well, I don't know. But then we get
okay.
Who knows? But then we get Wednesday.
Right.
Now Wednesday's good. He gets a rest day. All right, but have him do some optional cardio if he wants, which is fine. This guy's not a big cardio. This trainer's not a big cardio guy, so I respect that, because cardio has its place, but it's not critical to getting lean and putting on muscle mass, because cardio can actually cause you to lose muscle mass. So I think that's probably a good call. And then we go to Thursday, and we're going to work on lower body, which for some reason they didn't want to focus on lower body, which is pretty important for hormones, to activate hormones. So, but he starts out lower body with deadlifts, 3 sets of, again, 4 to 6 repetitions. And then he goes to lunges, two sets of 6 to 8 repetitions per leg. Leg press, 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. I like the 12 reps and higher for me. And then the calf raises is 5 sets of 10 to 15 reps. Then hyperextensions, again, hitting the lower back. Well, you've already done deadlifts. So why are you doing hyperextensions? Okay, is that for the hamstrings in, because you didn't do anything for the hamstrings? Because, really, the lunges got the hamstrings. So then he does cable wood chops for the abs, which, again, that's for training obliques, not necessary. It's not going to make a big difference. It's rotating the trunk, but I wouldn't do that. It's not necessary. Diet's going to help tighten up everything, and doing the crunches like Vince Guarana would be how I would do it. So keeping it short and simple. And again, now he is doing a thing. He's not training abs every day, is what I can see here. So that's a good call, in my opinion. So again, these are my opinions on how I would train. So I just want to set that out there. So if you're going to work lower body, you need to focus on starting out with the legs first. And I don't think deadlifts are quite necessary, or even, I think just too much stress on your lower back. I would do the deadlifts on your back day if you feel like you need to have that. Now, deadlifts aren't really necessary for training a celebrity, in my opinion. They have it. It's not necessary. Now, if you want to use them, we can use them. Not a problem. But again, that would be pretty strategic, because most people lack the good technical skills of doing a deadlift properly. So I think you're more subject to injury with that. So with me, I would have them do warming up the legs with the leg press, then pre-exhausting the legs with some leg extensions, then come back to either doing some squats or doing a leg press heavier after you pre-exhausted the legs, and then do some lunges after to help work the hamstrings and finish the quads off. or maybe some leg curls, depending, again, I don't know what equipment was available, or even some stiff leg deadlifts. So now that I could see this lasted 2 hours based on what he's doing here, possibly. But again, my workout, I'd had that done in 45 minutes. There's no need to be taking long periods of rest here. So, and my repetitions for legs are going to be, 12 to 20. You really got to push the blood into the muscles and break it down the right way. So I'm a big fan of that. Now, some people may disagree with that, and I get that, but that's where I'm coming from with this particular strategy. So, and I also think that legs should be more of a priority with everything, because it does stimulate the hormones. I mean, the squat movements, any kind of leg movements, does stimulate testosterone better than, and then growth hormone better than any other exercise. So that's why I would probably do the deadlifts with the back day, and then do, then I'd do the hyper extensions if you wanted on the leg day, so you can, get the hamstrings involved. That'd be another change up there. So anyways, that's what I do differently on the lower body day. And then we got Friday. He has an upper body day. So I'm not sure why he has an upper body day, but if you're trying to focus on certain muscle groups, then I'm not understanding this. So what he's doing here, he's going to do weighted pull-ups again. Again, we're focusing on back, it seems like. Again, 3 sets of 6 to 8 reps. He's going to move up the rep scheme a little bit. Seated dumbbell press. So now he's going to start to actually work the shoulders, I believe. Then some rear delt raises. So again, we're doing 3 sets of 6 to 8 reps. And then for the rear delt raises, we're doing 2 sets of 10 to 12 reps. I'm okay with that rep range. Then we're back to cable crossover again for 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. So he's doing some more chest along with the shoulders. Then he goes to side delt raises, 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. And then barbell curl, 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps. And then overhead tricep rope extensions, 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps. So I'm kind of confused here. If you're really focusing on arms, this is not the right combination to focus on arms. And plus, just doing a set of barbell curls, a set of overhead tricep extensions is not going to really put a dent in your arms very well. It's just not going to happen. Okay.
Right.
So I wouldn't even do this workout at all. What I wouldn't do, I would restructure everything totally. But he's not even getting enough emphasis, because they said they want to work on the shoulders. Well, this isn't enough work on the shoulders from what I could see. And then, doing the back and the chest, doing the back exercise in there, I have no idea why that's in there. That makes no sense to me. So maybe this guy's got some kind of unusual strategy for it, but wouldn't happen on my watch with what I'm training with this particular situation. And then finally,
Arman, you would think too, even if he did, right? Wouldn't you add that to the article? Like, wouldn't you tell the person, like, look, this is the trainer? Or who knows, maybe they just got it off another site themselves. I don't know, but
and that could very well be, it could very well be. So, but I'm critiquing it based on what I'm seeing. And so I just want people to understand that, when you go to group exercises, there's a lot to know. But the exercises need to be grouped based on bringing up your weak body parts, so that they're going to balance out with the strong body parts. And I'm not seeing that here with this combination.
Right.
So anyways, Saturday gets another day off, which is great. And you recommend yoga or some light cardio. And that's fine. Yoga's good. Nothing wrong with that. And then Sunday, we go to arms and abs. So he starts out with ab work, which, I'm not sure I would do that with your glucose levels. So he has him doing 3 sets of planks, lasting about 30 seconds. So that's kind of light, no big deal. I'm not a big fan of planks. I think planks are pretty much worthless. So, and people can argue, oh, the planks should do this. And I don't know. I don't like doing planks. So I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think it's a game changer with anything, especially if you're trying to get in, good shape. So then you have bicycle crunches. They're okay. 3 sets of 15 reps. Lying leg, floor leg raises. Again, depending on how they're doing those, but there's a lot of things to know about leg raises. 3 sets of 15 reps. And then he has them doing sit-ups, and sit-ups just work the psoas muscle. They don't really work the abs. So, as Vince Grano would say, so then you got 3 sets of 15 reps. So he's got probably about 30 minutes of ab work here. Again, ab work for me is 10 to 15 minutes max. If you're working them right, they're going to be toast within that amount of time. It's not that big a muscle. So then after he gets done doing the ab work, now we get into doing arms. So then we go into arms. He's going to do Oh, I forgot. He also has weighted crunches in here at the very end after doing the
Hmm.
setups. Okay, so three sets of 10 repetitions on the weighted crunches. I'm not a big fan of that either. So
Hmm.
now we're going to work the arms. Okay, so that's our focus here. So then, what's he start out with? He starts out with dumbbell curls. Okay, so I would never start out with a dumbbell exercise, dumbbell curling exercise for your biceps, because your triceps is the bigger muscle group. Now, if your biceps are really, really bad, well, that could be an exception. Most of the time, it's not. So I would never start with dumbbell curls. That just makes absolutely no sense. And then he goes to dumbbell overhead extensions. Okay, well, I think that's a good exercise. But there's nothing in here to really attack the whole entire tricep, like close grip bench press or dips. That's the bread and butter exercises for triceps. So he's
Mm-hmm.
got some extensions in here. Okay, well, that affects it some. And then he has barbell curls after that, and then he goes to skull crushers. So that is not
Mm-hmm.
how I'd put good size on anybody's arms. Now, with this being said, I looked the guy up, and he's not a very big guy. The trainer, I looked up the celebrity trainer. Now he's a commando, and he has a lot of experience, and taking nothing away from that. But my point is, just because that's the case doesn't mean he understands what it takes to build muscle tissue with resistance. And again, it boils down to intensity, breaking down muscle, short period of time, and recovery. So that's kind of my rant on that one.
Well, I think that's good. I mean, it's a lot of good information. And, Arman, what I liked about what you just did is not only did you explain and were fair with every single exercise, but you kind of broke it down to what the exercise does and why it didn't match with the overall goals of the workout from the beginning, right? So,
yeah, in my opinion, yeah.
yeah, well, that's all that matters on this show is your opinion. So,
Okay.
so the thing that's really funny about this, and I know we're talking about Chris Evans, the guy that I thought had the physique in the Avengers movies was Chris Hemsworth. I thought his was far better than Chris Evans, but hey, we got to talk about Captain America. So Armin, bottom line, was there anything special about his transformation? I mean, now I'm not talking about in the movie when they give him the serum and he's a little skinny guy and all of a sudden he's this muscular guy. That was all computer generated stuff. I'm talking about the transformation, the actual transformation. Was there anything special about this workout and how it evolved him as Captain America?
Well, yeah, you hit on a key point there. What they did special effects to significantly, shrink him down, and then make him really skinny. Then they pop him back up to where he's at to wherever he's at that point. But
and they might have added something there too.
Yeah,
you never know.
Well, to some degree. I mean, we don't know, but
right.
All I can tell you is that the only thing, other comments that came from this transformation that they were working on this with, that he gained 15 pounds of muscle. Now, with this kind of routine, I'm going to disagree. Okay, but that's what the media. That's what the media was told. So, to me, this is not a 15-pound of muscle kind of routine. And I don't know the length of time that he was training out of this, but anyways, that's my opinion.
Right. Well, did they say anything about his nutrition or a diet that he was on?
Oh yeah. So let me get going.
Oh boy.
One. So
okay.
So here's the diet. So he has him doing 8 meals a day. Okay. So this is what these celebrity trainers do. They think you got to have 6 to 8 meals a day, which is high carb, low fat. And this is absolutely, totally unnecessary. And I mean, the thing is I don't even understand why they're so sold on this concept, because how sustainable is that? How sustainable is that with somebody that's got a schedule like that? I mean, I just don't know how they put these people through these ridiculous eating schedules. And I'm going to say this loud and clear. This is ridiculous. Now, this is probably the most I've ever gotten fired up on the show, but people need to stop doing this shit. This is ridiculous. Not necessary. All
Right.
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 So on top of that, I wouldn't put my clients to that kind of eating schedule. It just doesn't make any sense.
Right. Right. Well, it's not sustainable, and it probably is for him because he has a personal chef right there cooking the stuff for him,
You
right?
still got to stop and eat.
Right. I mean,
So how long you got to leave a few minutes for digestion? So you're talking. Let's say you ate in 15 minutes. You got what, several hours of eating going on here. Absolutely not necessary.
right.
That's my point.
Right. All right. So let's get into the details of this stuff.
Okay, so what they said is it followed a rigorous MCU diet, which I don't know what that means. Okay, but it's comprising of 8 meals a day, and so the total is about 3,000 calories. So I'm like, all right, well, 3,000 calories, at 180 pounds, 6 foot, probably okay. I'd probably a good balance. So I don't have a problem with that. But then the breakfast, we're starting out breakfast. We're having oatmeal with walnuts, or he's going to have some oatmeal walnuts and some dark berries, or he's going to have pesto eggs. So I'm like, okay, I don't understand that. So he's getting in some carbs, and then maybe he gets protein, maybe he doesn't get protein. I didn't get that. Okay, I'm going to start out with protein first right out of the box because you need it, and you're starting your day, and that also helps with fat burning. So that's what he starts him out with on breakfast. Then in the morning, there's a morning snack. Everybody has all these snack strategies, which is beyond me, not necessary. So he's going to have a whey-based protein shake with 5 branched chain amino acids. Okay, branched chain amino acids are worthless. NSP doesn't sell branched chain amino acids because they're worthless. You need a full spectrum amino acid if you're going to supplement with it.
Mm-hmm.
The only branched chain amino I would even recommend to anybody would be leucine, and leucine only, and that would be 5 grams after training. That would be what I would say, not branched chain aminos. So I'm not sure they understand that part on the supplementation. Then we have the pre-workout snack, which is mostly fruits and nuts like apples and almonds. Really? That's not even necessary either. Okay, but that's another little treat for the guy, I guess. And then you got the post-workout snack, which just needs to be a damn meal. It doesn't need to be a snack or anything. But he's going to have a protein smoothie with more branched chain aminos, whey protein, berries, banana, and peanut butter. Now you know how I feel about peanut butter.
Right.
Okay. So I'm like, oh my God. I'm just like, unbelievable. So then we're going to go to lunch. Lunch is grilled chicken or chicken salad with vegetables, stir fry, and some brown basmati rice. Everybody likes chicken and rice. They think you have to eat chicken and rice. And again, not necessary, but whatever. It's lean, no fat. So he's got to do, again, high carb, low fat diet, which you need fats for your hormones. So I understand why they take all the fats out. So then we go to an afternoon snack after lunch. There's another protein shake. So I can see you kicking that back. Not a problem. I don't have a problem with a protein shake, in between, especially if you're feeling a little hungry. It's protein and you want to keep protein synthesis going. That makes sense to me. So I'll have 3 whole meals and maybe 2 protein shakes max. Okay. But then that's just something you drink. So you're only going to be taking like 5 minutes if it was necessary. Personally, I would probably just take some beef liver capsules in between and not even worry about it because I know it works well. All right, so then we get to dinner. So now we go back to lean protein again. Everybody thinks it'll be lean protein because they don't eat fat. And then veggies, and then the baked sweet potato because you want that sweet potato. You don't want a high glycemic potato. It's got to be that slow burning sweet potato. So everybody's again thinking that's a better option. And then he has before bedtime. On top of all this, he does another protein shake and then a scoop of casein protein dumped into that. So I'm like, okay, that's it.
Right.
That's all.
Wow.
That's my rant on that one.
The MCU is the Marvel Caloric Universe diet. Maybe that's what that is.
I don't know. I never heard of MCU diet.
All right. Well, Arman, we're running pretty low on time here. We got about 10 minutes, but I definitely wanted to cover supplements pretty quickly. What do you have on that?
Well, there's not a lot on that. I mean, most of these trainers, they do the same stuff. It's a whey protein because they don't know about, NSP's milk and egg protein, apparently. Because this guy has been doing whey protein and casein protein. So if you got the NSP milk and egg protein, you'd have both of those all in one little round. But that's what he knows. That's what they're using. Then some glutamine, and this glutamine thing that's sketchy. I just don't think that's making any difference. Then you got the branched chain aminos, which I said they're worthless. And then omega-3, I'm all about omega-3. They good call there, helps with muscle soreness and helps get some fats in. But that's it for the supplementation.
Gotcha. Well, like I said, we're running out of time. What do you have to wrap up for this Chris Evans Marvel
my massive
thing?
rant. Okay.
Yeah.
So my point is, it's just a shame that these celebrities, okay, they're put through all this shit. And
Right.
I'm saying it that way because that's how I feel about it. That they think because they don't know any better, that this is how you have to train and eat. And the funny thing is it's not sustainable. So now they put this stuff in the media. Oh, this is how you get in shape. You do what these celebrities are doing, and this is how you get in shape. No, absolutely not necessary. You don't need to do all this extra crap to get in shape. So I'm just trying to set the record straight. There's better ways, people. Look at better ways and get better answers. Stop following this stuff. It's not working. It's not sustainable. How can you have a job and eat 8 times a day and train 2 hours a day? Really?
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
All right.
I mean, you'll be snacking at your desk, for God's sake, Yeah.
So anyways, that's my rant.
All right. Well, that is the segment on the Chris Evans diet. And we normally take a break. We're not going to take a break today. We're going to go right on since we're running low on time. Right. But, we get a lot of fan questions from NSP Nutrition, and I always encourage everybody to go to nspnutrition.com. There's a lot of great information on there.
Yeah.
But our fan question was kind of a unique one. Like I've tried to contact you guys and I haven't had any luck. Now, I'm not going to name a name because I don't want to throw anybody under the bus.
Okay.
But we are very easy to contact. All you got to do is whip out your phone, scan either one of these QR codes, and you will contact Arman or I directly. There's no middle person, okay?
Unless you're on the podcast, so that'd be a little bit different. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Secondly, YouTube, you can see all the comments there. Arman and I review those. NSP reviews them, and they love the interaction, the comments. So we monitor that. And lastly, worst case scenario, NSP Nutrition offers an email, support@nspnutrition.com. Email NSP Nutrition. I guarantee we get those. So we're very easy to contact, and we want you to contact us because we want the content for the show. It's that simple. So that being said, that was the fan question of the week for this whole segment. But Arman, I want to make sure we have enough time. Go ahead, drum roll. Arman has a big announcement. This is it. Arman, I have no idea what it is, but I'm excited to know. What do you got?
All right. So what I wanted to do on this show is I am looking to grow my YouTube channel. So this is for me, and I need an expert to help me with that. And so if you know somebody or you're an expert, I'd like to talk to them. Now, the way I want to do this is I would like to start out with free coaching with the person, and then work with me on the channel. I give them free coaching. They help me with the YouTube channel. And then if that blossoms into a good relationship and results, then we can look to continue that where we can compensate each other for working together. So I'm looking for a partner, so to speak, to help me with my YouTube channel because I'm really busy and I got a lot on my plate, and I want to be able to expand and grow it. So if you or somebody that can help with that and is interested in learning, how I can help them with their nutrition, their training, and all the other things I'm involved with, then it could be a good win-win, and that's what I'm looking for.
So YouTube expert, maybe digital marketing person who knows all about this stuff, who wants to get in good shape. You'll train them, trade services. That sounds like a win-win to me.
If somebody's interested, that's what I'm asking for. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So, Arman, how should they contact you other than scanning your QR code?
Well, now you can contact me directly, Arman, Arman, at elite, ELITE, exact, EXEC, method, METHOD.com, or just find me on social media and send me a message. I mean, I'm
There you
on
go.
Instagram, Facebook, I'm on LinkedIn, all that. So you can send me a message that way too.
Okay. Okay. Well, look, guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. As always, we enjoy doing it. I hope you learned about Captain America and what to do and not do to be Captain America. But hey, it was a great show today, Arman, and look forward to doing it again next week. So we appreciate you joining us. And join Arman and I next week for a brand new episode of the NSP Nutrition Show.
Hey, thanks for checking out the NSP Show. Go to nspnutrition.com where you can find a whole heap of resources to help you achieve stunning definition and eye-popping levels of muscularity. Don't forget you can save 10% on your first order by using the code NSP Show at the checkout. Catch you next time.